an optical illusion. I'm not really playing the tambura, but you could be. Alright, yeah, enough of that. Satsang, that's kind of what I want to talk about a little bit, and just a little bit about why I think satsang is important, and some of the things around, what to expect, I guess, a little bit from satsang. So satsang can be defined as sat, truth or ultimate truth, and sangha, a community. So basically, the idea is a community of people who are interested in discovering the truth or truths about themselves or truths about the way the world is or that kind of a thing. So we'll have a variety of different discussions, a variety of different ways of topics, and presenting them in sort of an open format of when people would like to speak, they speak. If they don't want to speak and just listen, they just sit and listen. I think that we'll all gain quite a bit of insight into what sort of the general consensus is for thinking around, I guess, bigger topics that we don't get to discuss in everyday life. So, why am I here? What's my role in community? Like, why do I need to interact with people? How do I interact with the world? What way do I notice my level of resistance? How are things in the world different for me than maybe somebody else? Just those kinds of questions, like, what does it mean? What does death mean to me? What does life mean to me? What does God mean to me? Oh, that big word, God. Um, so is it like the notion of a universal life force? Is it a guy sitting in a chair with a big gray beard? Is it, all kinds of different, just kind of questions around why are we here? Why we exist as human beings, human form, and what way we take in the world as these human beings. I guess we could sort of talk about the format. Um, so typically, satsang, when you get together, is different in different communities. So certain yoga communities have fairly regular satsangs, like every night. Some people have a satsang or every week. My idea is to try and get together a satsang for every month. And it's just a way of, people being able to check in and talk about the philosophical sort of things that are going on in their in their life. I know for myself, I don't have a lot of time to talk about what's going on in my life. I don't have a lot of time to, or people who sometimes are willing to talk about, sort of deeper philosophical ideas that I might have about the way the world is or the way that I see the world. And so this is a really nice opportunity for me to be able to share my ideas and at the same time get information and ideas from the people who are in my community. And it's really about a way of bringing community together around sort of bigger ideas than just, I don't know, everyday life type of stuff. I mean, everyday life type of stuff is important, and we definitely need to get our laundry done and our clothes or our dishes washed and our food and all of those things. But then it's like we keep doing these things over and over every day, and why do we do them? So for me, those kinds of questions we don't get to ask the people in our workplace, perhaps. I work at a yoga studio, so I do have a little bit of an opportunity to bring these concepts into the classes that I teach. But for the most part, in my everyday conversation with my wife, it's usually about how we're going to take care of our son, how are we going to get him to daycare, how are we going to get him to school, is he liking school, how's the school going, when are we going to take our next vacation, where we're going to go, what we need to do to, whatever, pay our bills, all of those kinds of ideas. And, sometimes those feel to me like they're not bad or wrong, but it's just like spend most of my time in that kind of a world as opposed to a world of maybe a bit more expanded mind where I can think about kind of like our deeper position um, and place in the universe, a deeper place where, as the speck of person that I am on this planet, in relation to, the infinite possibility of what I can connect to in the universe, which, is a pretty big place, and most of the time I spend my mind or my time contemplating or focused in on what's happening right here, right now, and sometimes feel really limited in my ability to expand beyond my own, I would say, personal daily trauma, but my own daily activity or daily